What's up there, Forney? I've been really busy lately and haven't had a chance to make any videos, but I've been paying close attention to the city council race and the candidates running for election. Quite frankly, the challengers have given us very little information about themselves. Why do you think that is? Why are there very few signs from either candidate? Why has their presence on social media been mostly non-existent? Why have they not put their faces in front of ours and asked for our vote? I can tell you why. Ever since last May, newly elected Amanda Lewis, as well as her husband and online spokesperson, have been outward with their desire to have incumbents James Traylor and Robbie Powers replaced so they would have complete control over the city council. Ms. Salgado even asked the residents in Greyhawk, where she lives, to run on multiple occasions just before the election so that they could, quote, run Forney. At the end of their efforts, they were left with two candidates, Sandy Primous and Boren. Generally, when someone decides to run for office, they are passionate about something and they have a drive for change or improvement in the governing body they are running for. Not these two. The reason for that is, just like Sarah Salgado and Jason Roberson, they are potential lapdogs for Amanda Lewis. They've both denied being supported by Lewis, Salgado, and Roberson, but they are both friends with Miss Lewis on social media. Mr. Boren has a professional relationship with Miss Lewis's husband, and they've all been seen together at political events during the election. Mr. Boren has even hired the same campaign consultant as Miss Salgado to help run and funnel donations into his campaign. So, what do they have to offer? Judging by their campaign, not much. Neither candidate has bothered to show up to city council meetings, even during their campaigns. Mr. Boren is currently an appointed North Texas Municipal Water District board member, but from July to February, Mr. Boren has been at the meetings in person only 25% of the time. Half of the time he's attending the meeting in a virtual format, and another 25% he was absent. This is one of, if not the most important boards the city of Forney has. So what about their ideas? What are their plans for Forney? Well, there was a questionnaire sent to the candidates and posted on social media last week. Ms. Primous didn't even bother to respond, but Mr. Boren did, and his responses sounded all too familiar and just as uninformed as his supporters at the dais were during their campaigns and to a large degree are today. Mr. Boren has said he will have deceleration lanes added to TxDOT roads in Forney. The shoulders, as they sit now, can already be utilized as such. There is no need to design and add designated turn lanes to shoulders. If anyone expects TxDOT to implement temporary deceleration lanes on roads they already have expansion designs completed for, you probably also believe they should build a bridge over the railroad tracks in downtown. It's not happening. He also mentioned doing improvements at Mulberry Park so our kids can have a better experience playing baseball in Forney. Again, this has been discussed time and time again, even as recently as a few meetings ago. The parks director and council agree that improvements at Mulberry will be too costly due to the land it sits on and the fact that new baseball fields are planned for the Northside Park that, at some point, will be part of a proposed city bond. Then, just like his supporters at the dais, he goes on to claim previous councils were guilty of frivolous spending and brushing bad management decisions under the table, as well as benefiting somehow by being politically connected. In the same paragraph, he explains the importance of transparency. Since Mr. Boren stressed the importance of transparency, I asked him for an explanation about the derogatory comments made about previous council. That was 6 days ago. My question was initially ignored for 5 days. I decided to ask him again in another political post he made, and throughout the discussion that ensued, he continued to sidestep the question. Either these politicians don't know the meaning of transparency, or they are just comfortable lying through their teeth. Neither are good characteristics of a city council candidate. The most comical portion of his questionnaire was when Mr. Boren proceeded to claim that his supporters on the city council have made significant strides over the last year to address some of these egregious issues. However, if Mr. Boren would have been paying attention to the events that have unfolded over the last year, he would know that his supporters on council, through 4 months of the budget year, blew through the $16 million of unencumbered funds the previous city council left them that should have gone a long way in providing the needed infrastructure and Southside Fire Station to the citizens of Forney. But instead, they have nothing to show for their frivolous spending. These two candidates have shown no passion, have not provided any new ideas, and refuse to answer any questions because they can't. They don't know how to answer them. They were both recruited by the Lewis family to be her new lapdogs on council. Perhaps if elected, they can all work together to send the city of Forney into bankruptcy, because with that kind of spending and ideology, that is exactly where we are headed. For more videos like these, subscribe to the State of Forney on YouTube and like and share the State of Forney on Facebook.